Yo, what's good with y'all, man? Appreciate all the love and support. Of course, please like, comment, and subscribe. But I'm gonna get right into it. Today, I have 5 signs of a weak man. Hey, man, don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger because I already know it's gonna be some haters under the comments. Of course, y'all get real hurt and real triggered when I start telling y'all about yourself. But it is what it is. Let me get right into it. Number 1, you're controlled by your urges. And what I mean by you controlled by your urges, there's a lot of guys out here that watch a lot of porn. There's a lot of guys out here that have a lot of addictions. They have drinking addictions, they have drug addictions or whatever, but they're controlled by their urges. If you are controlled by your urges, if you're controlled by lust, if you're controlled by a cat, you know what I mean by cat, you are weak. There's a lot of guys that will put themselves in harm's way. They'll put themselves in harm's way. They'll put themselves in financial strain all over some cat. You are weak. It's a lot of guys out here that can't kick that corn addiction. Any addiction that you have, if you're controlled by that addiction and you're gonna move based off of those addictions, you are weak. You're controlled by your urges. I'm not gonna act like I haven't had a problem with being controlled by urges. I've been controlled by urges. I'm not perfect. But you have to be aware of it, and you have to really do yourself a massive favor and reflect and understand that you are weak, and you are weak in those things, and you have to work on strengthening your mindset so you can get out of those addictions. Stop watching corn, bro. Stop beating off the corn. Put the alcohol down. Put the drugs down. If you feel like those things are pulling you in a different way than you want to go in life, then you need to get rid of those things. You have to strengthen your mind, strengthen your mindset, and get out of those things, bro. But that's the first sign of a weak man, is being controlled by his urges. You controlled by your urges, bro, but that's number 1. Number 2, having a victim mentality. Bro, I can't talk to nobody with a victim mentality. I just can't. It's not something that I enjoy doing. We have nothing in common. I don't like when people don't take accountability for where they are in life or what's going on in their life. I can't stand when somebody's talking, whether it's an issue that they had with somebody, whether they lost their job, whatever the case may be, they're always looking at it as somebody has done something to me, somebody has wronged me. Okay, what part did you play in whatever issue that you have? I don't want to talk to nobody with a victim mindset. That is another sign of a weak man, is somebody that always has to play the victim, somebody that always feels oppressed, or somebody that always feels like somebody is doing something to them, somebody is always wronging them. What did you do? That's what I want to ask. The people that have those victim mentalities, if you watching this, you tell me, what did you do? Or ask yourself, when you feel yourself upset about something, you feel yourself in a situation that you shouldn't be in, that you don't like to be, or that you don't want to be in, ask yourself what you did to put yourself in that situation. Because a lot of times we're not victims. Are there some cases where you may be a victim? Yes, but there's a lot of times, more often than not, those are things that you can control, and you don't have to be in that position in the first place. If you every time you have an argument with your girl or whatever, you play the victim, oh, she did this, she did that, I don't want to hear that, bro. If you lost your job and you know that you've been slacking off, they didn't oppress you. They're not racist. There's nothing wrong with them. It was you. You didn't do what you were supposed to do. You weren't producing, and that's why you got fired. Not, oh my God, they're racist and that's why it is, or oh my God, I can't get this job because they're racist or whatever, bro. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that, bro. I don't want to hear the victim mentality. And to be honest with you, even if you may be a legitimate victim in a situation, as a man, bro, you got to just keep it pushing and just be like, you know what it is? It is what it is. This happened. But you know what? Life is about how I react. It's not about what happens to me. It's about how I react to those things. Life is not what happens to you, it's how you react. Go back to my video where I talked about, y'all ain't even get that video no views. Go back and watch that video where I talked about how it's not what happens to you, it's how you react. I don't want to talk to nobody that has a victim mentality. You cannot be the victim in every aspect of your life, and you're not where you want to be because you're a victim, or somebody has oppressed you, or somebody has wronged you, or somebody has done something to you. What did you do? Why are you in this position based off of what you did? What happened with you? What did you do? That's what you need to ask yourself. Guys got to take accountability. You cannot be a strong-minded person, be a strong-minded man, but you out here every single time something happens to you, or you're not in the position that you want to be in, you're talking about somebody's racist, or somebody wronged you, or somebody did this, or somebody did that. What did you do? Take accountability and ask yourself, what did you do? What part did you play in this situation that's not favorable to you? Tighten up with the victim mentality, bro. That's number 2. Number 3, you complain about your problems rather than doing something about it. Bro, I cannot stand hearing people complain, especially complain about things that are in their control. I don't want to hear no complaining. As a man, you shouldn't be complaining. And that's one thing that people peep. When you start complaining and all the times you're just complaining, or you're talking to somebody and they're complaining, right? That is a sign of a weak person, because when I hear people complaining, especially if I hear complaining often, I'm already looking at like, bro, they got a weak mindset. They don't really want to do anything. Because anytime I have an issue, I start to look at, I may have a problem, I may have an issue, and I may say, man, I don't really want to deal with this or whatever. But you get that, I get that one time, bro. I'm not gonna keep complaining and keep crying and moaning or whatever. I don't even do that. I'm not gonna do that, bro. I'm going to figure out what the issue is and I'm gonna do something about it. Or it is what it is. I'm not gonna keep complaining about it. That is a sign of a weak person, is somebody that rather complain than do something about it, because the majority of things that we complain about are things that are in our control. And if it's not in your control, you can't control that, so you can't worry about it. It's no point in you complaining. It's no point of you complaining on either side, whether you can control it or you can't. If you can't control it, it's definitely no point of complaining about it, because complaining definitely ain't gonna do nothing. Because you can't control it. It is what it is. You're at the mercy of whatever that is. And you definitely shouldn't be complaining if you can't control it, because that means you can actually do something about it. So how about you do something about it versus crying and moaning and acting like, oh, woe is me. You're weak, bro. Tighten up. Do something about it instead of crying and complaining, bro. Stop complaining. Do something. If it's something that you can control, do something. If it's something that you can't control, it's not what happens to you, it's how you react. That is a sign of a weak person, is somebody that complains about the issues rather than doing something about them. Figure it out, self-reflect, analyze what your issues are, and do something about it. Get out of that situation. But crying and complaining about it is not going to do anything. You a sucker. You sound like a sucker, bro. Real life, bro. I can't stand hearing people complain and complain and complain. I don't want to hear that. What you gonna do about it? That's what I be asking people. Especially as I start to get to know people, and whether it's at work, whatever the case may be, and they start complaining or whatever, I always ask, all right, bet, what you gonna do about it though? All right, you complaining, you're voicing an issue, you voicing a disdain for something. You hate this or you hate that, or you don't like this, or you don't like your job, or whatever the case may be. All right, what are you doing about it? Are you trying to get another skill so you can get another job? Are you gonna go work a second job so you can have more money, so you're not broke no more, so you don't have to be complaining about being broke? What are you going to actually do about it, bro? That'd be my question. What are you gonna actually do about it? And that's what y'all need to ask yourself when y'all catch yourself complaining. Ask yourself, what am I gonna do about it? Instead of me complaining, what am I gonna do about it? That's number 3. Number 4, y'all already knew I was gonna say this. You can't control your emotions. Y'all got real hurt. It was dudes on here that got real hurt on, I think it was either the feminine video, or it was I think it may have been a feminine video, and everybody was crying and complaining, talking about me saying not being able to control your emotions is a feminine thing. Bro, you are weak-minded if you let your emotions get the best of you and you start to move off of your emotions. That is a weak mindset. That's just what it is. And if you have a problem with it, you need to self-reflect. You feel any type of way about what I'm saying right now, that means that you are emotional and you need to learn how to control your emotions. Go back to my video on how to control your emotions. You cannot let your emotions get the best of you, because a lot of times when you move off based off your emotions, you always make the worst decision that's for you. You need to make logical decisions, logical moves. I cannot make too many decisions based off of emotion. It's just not how that goes. Majority of the decisions that you make as a man, you cannot use your heart. You cannot use how you feel. It's not about how you feel. It's about what is, bro. You are a weak man, and you have a weak mindset if you're out here letting your emotions get the best of you and not understanding what is the best thing for me to do logically. What am I supposed to do logically? What is going to be the best outcome based off of what am I going to do? What's logical? Not, oh, I feel this way, so I'm going to act like this. Bro, you a sucker. You're weak. That's just what it is. You have a weak mindset. If you have an emotion and you like, all right, bet I'm going to go do it based off how you feel. What do you mean how you feel, bro? It's not about how you feel. It's about what is. You gonna go do something to somebody based off how you feel? Because you feel a certain way? Because your ego hurt? Because your feelings are hurt? You can go crash out and do something to somebody over how you feel? Come on, bro. Tighten up. That's weak. That's not gangster, bro. That's not thorough. That's none of that. That's weak. You are weak, bro. And I'm not ever sitting here saying, and that's something that y'all got misconstrued on one of those last videos. Y'all thought that I meant like just let somebody play with you or just let somebody do whatever to you. No, I'm saying don't move off of emotion. Now, if you gotta defend yourself, if you gotta handle your business, you handle your business. You handle your business, of course. You do what you gotta do. Don't let nobody get up on you and play with you like that. I'm never saying that, but all I'm talking about moving strictly off of how you feel is weak. You need to learn how to control your emotions, bro. Y'all already know that, though. I don't even gotta spend too much time on that one. That's number 4. Number 5, last but not least, of course, you're lazy. Bro, if you lazy and you out here, go back to my video of I think it was 5 signs of a lazy man. Go watch that video. I talked about the characteristics of a lazy man. But if you find yourself lazy and you're more lazy, if you're lazy more often than not, you probably are weak and you have a weak mindset because you're too lazy to get up out the bed and get up and do what you're supposed to do. Now, whatever it is in life, if you're too lazy to get up off your ass and do what you're supposed to do, you are weak, bro. You're weak. If you have a lazy mindset, procrastinating and all of that, not doing what you're supposed to do, you're lazy. I mean, you're lazy and you're weak. This is what it is, bro. I don't even gotta spend too much time on that. If you are lazy and you find yourself being lazy more often than not, you have a weak mindset and you're weak. It's just what it is. Stop being lazy. Get up off your ass and do what you're supposed to do, bro. Tighten up. Another thing, when I'm making these videos with self-improvement in mind. I'm making these videos with self-improvement in mind so we can all be better and be the best versions of ourselves. You should not be out here with a weak mindset. You should not be out here being weak. You need to tighten up. If you self-reflect and if you have any of these traits, do yourself a favor and tighten up and do what you're supposed to do. Stop being lazy. Stop putting the blame on everybody else. Stop complaining. Stop letting your urges control you. Tighten up. Love y'all though, man. I appreciate y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all in another one. Love.